Compliance works in humans the same way it does in all animals. When we do our training, we tell people, try it on your dog, see how the dog reacts. If the dog reacts positively, a human will too. I'll give you an example on that in a moment. Repetition, reward, and pain. If someone has spent several minutes following our behavior or a train of thought, the chances are that behavior will continue, it will not stop. Okay? If they made an agreement at the beginning of the conversation to behave a certain way, they will likely stick to it. I just want to stop right there. That's the most important part of this entire thing. If they made an agreement at the beginning of the conversation to behave a certain way, they're likely to stick to it. Oh, thanks. Who said that? Oh, yeah, all the way to the back pieces right there. While this isn't a book on persuasion, this comes from Chase Hughes' 6-Minute X-Ray. It's a book that changed my life. He's a good friend of mine and a mentor. Really recommend that you read it. I'll say it again, 6-Minute X-Ray. People who follow physically in a conversation will also follow mentally. Just stop it there and not read the rest. The 2 parts that I want you to take away. One more time. If they made an agreement at the beginning of the conversation to behave a certain way, they will likely stick to it. And the second part that I want you to take from this is people who follow physically in a conversation will also follow mentally. When I've crossed my arms, I can watch people physically in the room start to cross their arms that weren't before. Okay? I can spot that. But when I let it go and they follow me physically, I know that we have a good rapport. I can likely get them to follow my thought process. Here's a great way to get somebody to follow your thoughts and your behaviors. If you go to a site meeting or you're meeting with a client, you build a decent rapport in the beginning, you laugh, you have fun, and then you can say to them, Jen, can we sit over here if you don't mind? I just want to, and then you sit in the chair, you get comfortable, you say, thanks, Jen, this is a really important moment for both of us, and I want to make sure we're as comfortable as possible before we move forward. That's okay with you? And they'll say, yes. You just got buy-in from them mentally that this is an important conversation and that you want them to be as comfortable as possible. I know it sounds like pseudoscience, but it's real. And I'll prove to you that it's real. Because I heard the applause when he showed you this on his hand. I took control the same way I would of a dog. And by the way, don't let this make you feel bad. You're only human, okay? This is just how this works. I walked up to him and I immediately said, and I want you to notice how quickly he stood. I walked up to him, I even snapped, and I said, I want you to stand up. I snapped so he sees my hand, he stands up. I say, turn your body for me. He immediately turns. I grab him by the hands to turn him, which I stamped because I wrote it on my finger, got some moisture from my water bottle under there. It's going to leave that imprint. So turn him. I step far away from him, and here's where I get the agreement from all the audience. I say, your job is to make sure I don't touch him, get near him, or open that hand. Do you all agree? And you say yes. This is similar to me saying, Jen, let's go sit over here. And you sit, and then you say, I want to sit over here because it's an important conversation for both of us, and I want to be as comfortable as possible. Is that okay with you? As soon as she agrees, or they agree in the affirmative, they've now agreed this is important. They've also now agreed they're going to be as comfortable as possible. I just did that with him. You guys believed I didn't touch his hand or get near it because you agreed to it. You formed a new memory that actually took over in your hippocampus before the other one can form. My favorite thing is if I don't show this, people leave the room and they say, he never even touched his hand. How did it get there? You all watched me touch his hand because you watched me turn him. I just made sure that before that memory stuck, I gave you another way to confirm that something happened that didn't happen. You also felt like you had a free choice of your hand, right? Here, stand up for me if you don't mind one more time. I'm so sorry to make you do that. And then hands out like this. I literally told him what hand to use, but made it feel like a free choice. I said, I want you to shake, or make a fist, 2 hands, and I want you to shake either one of your hands. I'm literally looking at his hand and shaking this one. And then I back away, and he shakes that hand. And then I get you to confirm. So one more time. So ready? I want you to shake one of your hands. Good? Are you sure? That's the hand you want. You put your other hand down. I confirm it with him. I know he's not going to challenge me because I'm in a position of authority and power. You're not going to challenge somebody in authority. You know how much of an asshole you'd have to be like, no, this one. It'd be uncomfortable for him. I know he's not going to change it, so I can reinforce that in his mind, right? So now I know he's got the hand as well. Thank you for doing that, by the way. Thanks. So all of this to say, if you can start driving someone's behavior to get an agreement at the beginning of your meeting, you will drive those sales much further than you would otherwise. And this is a true example of how that works. You can genuinely replace memories or how people feel about something based on what you get them to agree to, and that's called cognitive dissonance. I wish so badly, I wish I got to do a breakout for you guys, because I will teach you 7 techniques like this in your meetings to use this to close sales. But what I want you to do more than anything is take a picture of this, because when you go through that behavioral table of elements, this is the #1 thing you need to consider to be accurate in reading someone's body language. If you do not consider these things, then body language is a pseudoscience. If you've ever heard body language is total BS, it's not